Hello and welcome back. So this is another flip through. This is obviously a sewing themed journal this time. I'm doing this flip through because this journal is going to be listed for sale in my shop that I am getting ready to launch. It is over on Facebook. It is a group and it's called Cassie's Boutique. I welcome you to come over and check out all the cool items I have for sale. As soon as I launch the shop, I will leave the link for the shop in the description down below. I also want to let you all know that within this shop, you are allowed to post your own items for sale, but I do not take any responsibility for any of your items, your sales, your transactions, any of that. I'm not going to refund anybody else's money for sales that they have not followed through on or anything like that. If you want to come over and use the site, use it at your own risk. I ask that you please use a safe and traceable way of sending invoices and receiving money, such as PayPal or Venmo or something like that. So anyway, enough of the business stuff out of the way. Let's get into the flip through of this gorgeous journal. So obviously this is a sewing themed journal. I had so much fun making this. I am not a sewer, I'm not a quilter, I don't do any of that kind of stuff, but this journal was a lot of fun to make. And not only was it fun to make, but it was fun to find the things to make this journal. There's a lot of vintage, real ephemera in this journal. So it has a tie closure here of just some really pretty string of sorts. It is a soft cover book, and it is a one signature book. So let's get into the measurements of it. It is approximately 6.5 inches wide by almost 9 inches tall. Again, here on the front, there's a bunch of collaging. There's a couple of buttons. There's this cool little resin piece of a sewing machine. There's an actual needle threader here, another button, some fussy cut things. I tried to do like some patchwork stuff in the background, as you can see. There's like a cluster down here, more fussy cuts, some of this really cool fluffy trim, part of a measuring tape here. There's this cool safety pin with a little spool of thread on it. Super cool stuff. This is what the side view looks like. The back. This is also made out of a feed sack. And I went ahead and I hand stitched a blanket stitch all the way around the outside of it. So let's look inside. Inside here we have a pocket, and I do apologize because I do not remember the exact kits I used for this. I think I used a couple of kits. I think it's by My Porch Prints. I'm not 100% sure, so I do apologize for that. So here is just a cute little tag in this pocket. In this pocket, there's several things. So I handmade a button card. I think there's a couple of those throughout this journal. Here's a cute little book page tag that I made. Super cute. And then a little notebook, I do believe. It's just got some rickrack on here. Some coffee dyed paper inside with some stamping. Cute little safety pin. Cute little bobbin and thread there. Just cute little notebook. And it's got a gold paper clip to hold it shut. So the kit that I used for this is really cool. And again, I do apologize. I don't know who it was. But they're like the technical drawings of like sewing related items. So here you can see it's like the thimble. And it's really cool how they break it down and do like the figure and stuff. I just thought that was really cool. So this paper, I do know, The lined paper here is by My Porch Prints. I use this paper all the time with her stuff and with other people's stuff as well, because I just like the way that this paper turns out, and it's really good for writing on. So here I've made a little tuck spot with just a piece of measuring tape, and then there's this cute little tag in there. And I went ahead and typed up on my printer things like patchwork and bias tape and needles and that kind of thing. And this is layered with some threads and some pattern paper, and that is off of embroidery thread. And then this is a vintage wrapper from some bias tape. So very cute. This is a stencil dyed piece of coffee paper. Another little pocket here with some cool ephemera pieces in it. This is an old button card. Obviously the buttons have been used, but that's in there. Here's some Singer needles that were only $1.95. Got those stuck in there. And then this is just a cool little advertisement fussy cut thing for like a tag or something for clothing. So as you can see on this one, I have went ahead and made tabs throughout the journal, and I've made those using part of the measuring tape. So again, there's some writing space. There's a spool of thread, stenciled copy dyed paper. Here's a little bag that I've decorated up, and there's a little book inside of it. It's just a little flip book. There's a tuck spot here, there's a tuck spot here, and then just a little pad of writing paper. On this tab, I went ahead and took an actual thimble, and I took a Dremel tool and put a hole through it and stuck a couple of jump rings on there and turned it into a cute little charm, which is held on to the measuring tape with an eyelet there. Here is some really cool parchment type paper. It's not the kind that you would buy like in the freezer bag section with the Ziploc baggies and stuff at like Walmart or Dollar Tree or something like that. I bought this at Hobby Lobby, and it's real stiff like, and it's thicker, and it's just really, really cool parchment paper. More of the kit. Here's another pocket, and inside this pocket is a cute little library card with just some ephemera type stuff on it. Made it to so you could write on there and write on the back. I was thinking that maybe that was a pocket, but it's not. It's sewed on there. So then on the next page here, we have the tab here, and this is the first tab. So there was already the hole there, so I've just got a piece of string with another little wooden spool with some thread wrapped around it. And this is a stuffy. It's called a stuffy. It's made out of fabric, and it's got like pattern paper inside it to make it kind of squishy like. But I've just got a fussy cut on there and some threads and this little button card, and behind it is a tag that a friend made for me. It's embossed with a button folder. It's got the needle threader on there. It says on here, moms are like buttons, they hold things together, and it's got this cute little spool with some embroidery thread around it. It's got some pattern paper on here and some beautiful ribbons. The back is also in this rainbow color with her signature on it. Here's another pocket. It's just made to look like it's a needle package. It's got a little plastic needle on here that looks like they were sewing down the side of it. This is a crimped piece of paper that I have decorated up. And then this is just an envelope, a very tall, skinny envelope that you can put something in. Here we've got some more of that parchment paper, and this is an altered tea bag paper clip. So as you can see, here's the strings of the tea bag. I went ahead and put a cute little button on there. I've decorated it up. It's got a word, some pattern paper, a fussy cut, and as you can see, it's a paper clip. So I just clipped that on there. More of the kit. More coffee dyed papers. This is a fun little page. So here I've got some Rolodex cards stacked in 3. So you've got this top pocket here that has another library card inside of it that's meant for journaling on. You've got some hook eyes and loops. I thought those would be fun to have in there. You've got some snaps here. And then you've got this little envelope here that came with some clothing or something. And it's just 4 extra buttons. So that's in there. So that's a fun little pocket. More of the kit. This is the middle of the signature. So the middle of the book. And on the ties where I sewed the signature in here, I just have a couple of little thread spools on the ends of the strings there. Here's another tab with a little charm on it, and this time it is a little pair of scissors. I do apologize for the dogs in the background. This is the top part of the packaging for a pattern, and I thought that that would make a really cute tuck spot, so I glued that on there. And here's just some little girls playing at the sewing machine and some more little snaps. Here we've got another little pocket, and it's got a little book in it as well, with some craft colored paper, like paper bag paper almost. And it's got a little bit of stamping in it, and these have been ripped to be different sizes and shapes. I thought that was cute. Another tab there. More parchment paper. This is a little stuffy that has been glued down to the page just as like a little decoration. You could tuck something up under it if you wanted to. It's got some strings, a word, a little button card, a safety pin, and some really pretty trim up there. Here is a tuck spot with a handmade button card. Another tab. Here is a CD envelope that flips open. It's got some washi tape there, some stamping. On this side, I made it into a pocket. It's just got a little card in there. Here's the other side of the bag. And inside it, I've taken this little like bobbin thing that had some string or something wrapped around it. In fact, I think it was this stuff that was wrapped around it. Taken a little piece of ribbon there and put it across it, and just some different coffee dyed papers to journal on or whatever. And that just goes back in the bag. Here's another pocket made out of guest check, and it's got an alterations tag behind it. on this one is a very old antique bobbin. And it's got some old thread still on it. And again, I just took a Dremel, put a small little hole through it, and a couple of jump rings to turn it into a little charm. Here's the back page of the book. I just put this little pattern graph on there, or whatever you want to call it. There's a little paper clip here that's holding in this journaling card. So this just slides into this big pocket on the back. There is room to put more things in the back pocket because it's quite a big pocket. And then there's the back. So again, that is my sewing journal that I have created. I believe the kit is by My Porch Prints. I'm not 100% sure. I do apologize for that. But anyway, like I said, this will be listed for sale in my boutique. As soon as it is sold, I will edit the title of this video and put sold behind it so that you know. Again, that's Cassie's Boutique on Facebook. Once I launch it, I will put the link in the description below for you so you can easily find it. Please go ahead and go on over there and check it out once that link pops up for you, which should be in the next day or two. So not long after the video has been released. So I thank you for watching this flip through, and I will see you all in the next one. Bye-bye.